The Wanderer. Oft a solitary mortal wishes for grace, his Maker's mercy. Though sick at heart, he must long traverse the watery ways, with his hands must stir the rime-cold sea, and tread the paths of exile. Fate is full stubborn. So spoke the wanderer, mindful of miseries, of hostile slaughters, of dear kinsmen's fall. Oft must I alone search early morn, bewail my woes. There is none now living to whom I dare openly reveal mine innermost thoughts. Truly I know it is a noble virtue in a man to bind fast the mind's enclosure, to guard his treasure chamber, whatever he may think. A weary mind cannot resist fate, nor can a sad soul afford help. Wherefore they who yearn for glory oft bind fast in their bosoms a troubled heart. So must I often bind in chains my soul's thoughts, miserably wretched, deprived of country, far from my noble kin, since the day now long ago when earth's darkness covered my bounteous friend. And I went from that place, stricken with winters over the frozen waves. Sad sought I the hall of some giver of treasure, some place far or near, where one I might find, who in the mead hall would show me love, would comfort me in my friendlessness, and cheer me with delights. He knoweth who trieth, how dire is care as comrade to him who has few trusty friends. His portion is the exile's path, not twisted gold, a body chilled with frost, not of earth's bliss. He remembers the retainers and the receipt of treasure, how in his youth his generous lord regaled him at the feast. But all delight has fallen away. For this he knows who must long forgo the wise counsels of his dear lord and friend, that often when sorrow and sleep both together bind him, poor solitary wretch, it seems in his heart as though he clasps and kisses his great lord, and on his knee lays hand and head, even as when in former days he shared the gift-giver's throne. Then he wakes again, the friendless wight, sees before him the fallow ways, sea-birds bathe and spread their wings, falling hoar-frost and snow mingled with hail. Then the wounds of his heart become the heavier, in grief for the loved one. His sorrow is renewed when the memory of kinsmen passes through his mind. He greets them with joy, he scans them eagerly. Comrades of heroes, soon they swim away. The sailor souls do not bring here many old familiar songs. His grief is renewed, who must too often send forth his weary spirit o'er the frozen waves. Truly, I cannot imagine, as I survey this world, why my mind should not be saddened when I fully consider the life of earls, how they have suddenly resigned their halls, brave-hearted fellows. So day by day this middle earth declines and falls, for mortals cannot grow wise until he lives his year's portion in this world. A wise man must be patient. He must not be too passionate, nor too hasty of speech, nor too timid a warrior, neither too rash, not too afraid, nor too exultant, nor too greedy of money, never too ready to boast ere he know full well A man must pause when he utters a boast, until, for all his magnanimity, he really knows whether his heart's meditation will tend. A wise man must grasp how ghastly it will be when all the wealth of this world stands waste, even as now throughout this middle earth many a wall stands wind-beaten, covered with rime, the hedges uprooted. The guest halls crumble, the masters lie bereft of joy, the warrior band has all fallen, once so stately at the rampart. War seized some and carried them on their way hence. One a bird bore off o'er the deep sea, another the grey wolf apportioned unto death, a third a sad-faced lord imprisoned within the earth cave. Thus did the Creator of men lay waste this abode, until, deprived of the noise of its inhabitants, the ancient buildings of the giants stood empty. Wherefore he who reflects well, with wise contemplation, on this walled place and this dark life, sagacious of spirit, oft calls back to mind many a fatal fight, and breaks forth in these words: Where is gone the horse? Where is gone the rider? Where is gone the giver of treasure? Where are gone the seats at the feast? Where are the joys of the hall? Ah, thou bright cup! Ah, thou mailed warrior! Ah, the prince's pride! How has the time passed away, has darkened beneath the veil of night, as if it had not been. Where once loved warriors trod, now stands a wondrous high wall, glistening with worm shapes. The might of spears, slaughter-loving weapons, has swept off the nobles. Theirs was a glorious fate, but storms lash the rocky slopes, and falling snowdrift binds the earth, all winter's terror. When the night's shadow comes darkling and summons from the north fierce hailstorms to the grievance of men, all the realm of earth is full of hardships. Fate's decree changes the world beneath the heavens. Here wealth passes away. Here friend passes away. Here man passes away. Here woman passes away. All this earth structure becomes empty. So spoke the wise of heart. He sat apart and thought. Worthy is he who keeps his faith. A man must never too rashly divulge his bosom's grief, unless he know beforehand bravely to find its cure. Well it is with him who seeks grace, solace of the Father in heaven, with whom rests all our security.